Yes, so welcome back. A salable and drawing or more painting, a salable must actually bring on board or painting the fundamental elements for drawing, or rather the fundamental elements of make a captivating drawing in order for the drawing or the painting to be one that is captivating, one that is marketable, one that brings a strong sound, one that captivates instantly. And we have variety of these elements. A good selection, a proper selection of each of these, of which definitely and obviously it will not include all the fundamentals, but and so the choice of the selections that you're going to make is the first priority, or the main issue that has to make the drawing or the painting one that is authentic and one that is absolutely your very own. This actually translates to a good introspection before you actually begin your drawing or your painting. And so once you've had a good self discussion, then now there is when I start. You want to see that the line that you've actually chosen or for, or that you've actually opted for, and how you're going to vary the lines, how you want to make the lines join to build the forms, to build the shape that you want to make, and how are these shapes and these forms are going to blend perfectly in the perspective form that you've actually also made a choice for, and progressively you make the drawing that you actually have opted for. In addition, there will be also other components that you will have to, of course, to put into a drawing, so that in the end it is something that you've actually you had already seen in your introspection or the self-discussion that you had before, and how you have to see to it that it becomes what you've actually had in your vision, in patience, bit by bit, and through the errors and the mistakes that maybe you are making in, while still much focused on what you've actually had as your vision for what you want to put down on the paper. You move through to the final piece. Let's take, for example, this piece that I've actually taken from some photograph that I had, and let's see how perfectly the end of the final piece that I want to make out of it. You look at how I'm making I'm making good choices of my lines, and varying the different lines, keeping in mind the perspective that is actually in place, and bringing the subjects to conform to that perspective, no matter their positions in the focal area of this particular drawing that I'm actually making. And slowly and steadily, without wavering, I soldier on, and the final piece is actually incredible one. Adding the values, varying the tones, and maintaining the character. It seems quite a lot, but it's most interesting and fun. So stay through and check out the final piece that actually I'm able to realize out of this photograph that I've actually picked on. And this is how you can actually make a syllable. This is what a marketable piece of art builds out.